first like to begin by saying I did a little research and I was trying to look for one of your most loyal customers. I believe I found him. Does he look familiar?
Is that your son?
No, that's actually me. 15 years ago to the day Monday, my family and I purchased a birthday cake from Awesome Desserts, and we've been loyal customers ever since. How does that make you feel, sir?
I'd like to say I remember it, but or at least remember the cake, but I don't. But it sure looks like you're having a good time.
Oh yes, the cake was delicious. And ever since then, we always purchase your desserts.
So you were 2 years old then?
Yes, I was. So I would really like to appreciate you for allotting this time aside to meet with me today. I understand that you're really busy in your profession. Before we begin, is there anyone else that needs to be sitting in on this conversation?
Absolutely not. And let me underscore something that's very important to me. And I need absolutely to have your assurances on this, that everything we discuss here today is to be kept strictly confidential.
Okay.
No one is to hear about anything we discuss
Okay.
today in this room, not any employee of my company and no one outside my company. Now, normally I don't require a non-disclosure agreement.
Okay.
But I'm going to take you at your word.
Okay.
That you will be able to contain anything that we discuss here from any public disclosure. Can you do that for me?
Yes, I can, sir. So now I just want to get to know a little bit more about the system you're using. So what current knowledge do you have about CRM software or program usage?
Well, I must admit to you that at this stage of the game, over the last 15 years, I've built my business, and we do not have software. We're not a very computer literate company.
Okay.
Most of our customer information and contacts is written down in ledger books.
Okay.
And in customer profile sheets and files of that nature. So we really don't have any type of software or computer capability to do that.
Okay. Now, when you say we, how many people are you pertaining to?
Well, all of our branch stores.
Okay.
We have locations throughout the country, and we're expecting or hoping to expand.
Okay. Now, what problems have you ran into not having a system in place as far as organization, etc.?
It's not so much problems that we've had in the past. It's the future that I'm looking towards.
Okay. So when you say future, are you guys thinking of expanding? And if so, how big are you thinking about getting?
Well, there's a couple of things in my plans over the next few years. First and foremost is that, and this is very confidential,
Okay.
I'd like to retire within the next year, and I'd like to turn the business over to my son.
Okay.
I recognize that the way that we have managed our business with our customers is somewhat old and antiquated, and I'd like to make it more efficient for him.
Okay.
But I don't want to turn over to my son something that's going to cost him profits.
Right.
It's got to be effective and usable and workable. I'd also like to expand into the wedding industry in a greater way. We've seen a lot of acceptance among our products by wedding planners. I think we can get into that industry in a much broader way. And we'll probably need to add additional sales reps to do that. So there's my plan for the next year or so. You can understand why I'd like to get things moving if I can.
Okay. Okay, so first we're going to touch on your customer management, because as our conversation, it seems that you're really worried about, having your customers in an organized fashion in which you could hand it over to your son. Would that be a true statement?
That is correct, yes it is.
Okay, with the help of NetSuite, things you get with this, you'll be able to manage your business with the touch of your fingers. So all the aspects of your business is at your fingertips. And with that in mind, I noticed that safety seems like an issue in security. With NetSuite, each person on your sales team will be provided with a login name and a password. That login name and a password you will have access to, but no one else will. So you can be able to keep contact and know what each one of your salespeople are doing. Would you see that as a benefit, sir?
Yes, I would. Now, would they be able to see what each other's doing?
No, they can't. Only you. You will be the master link for that. So, for instance, if you want to check and make sure that they're meeting their quota or who met their quota this week, you can just log in, look over their information, make sure they're filling out all of their boxes, and then you could consult with them. Secondly, customer support and training. You guys mentioned that you're not very computer literate. With NetSuite, we get with companies like that all the time. It's important that we get with them when they're not computer literate so we can grow with them and make them computer literate. With that in mind, NetSuite will not leave your company until you have a firm understanding of how the program works.
Well, let me be honest with you. These salespeople, they're chefs.
Right.
They were chefs. That's what they do. They can make you a cake, and they can make it pretty, and they can make it taste good.
Right.
They don't know anything about computers.
Okay.
And they would even know less about managing a computer database. So, and I don't know that much about
Right.
it. And it sounds to me, I have a couple of concerns. One, that it would be hard to learn,
Okay.
and that folks wouldn't be readily and easily adapted to it or adaptable to it. And to do this training, I would imagine is going to cost some money, and probably a lot of it, because there's time involved and your expertise. I don't want to leave my son a business that's going to rack up a lot of debt, if you know what I mean.
Right.
So I'm very concerned about doing this and keeping the costs contained. How can you help me there?
Okay, if I make the correct assumption, when you're a chef, you follow a recipe, and a recipe is steps in which you have to make the product, correct? Is that a good assumption?
That's correct.
Okay, so what NetSuite can do, we can create a recipe for you guys to learn how to use the product. That recipe, it consists of 1 week, we'll have, hey, this is how you log in, this is the general outlines of the product. The next week, we can take it a step further. If you guys want to send it to another computer, or if you want to send it to your cell phone, and we can just take it'll be a learning process that we'll take in steps. And we won't move on until you guys learn everything. Now, price, price, in this time and age, price is very important. So I have to ask you, it would be better if you made the investment early than program you're implementing now, you're not getting ahead, and then you have to re-enter and make the investment later. So yes, we might be a little pricey at first, but it's better to do it at first. So would you agree with me when I would say you could see the benefit in investing in NetSuite?
Are you telling me that your costs are going to go up later, and that's why it would be better to buy now? Or is there some way that this is going to equate to being more efficient and that I'll be able to save money? I mean, what is it? How do I get a return on my investment?
Okay, first off, it's hard to discuss price right now because what we like to do is come into your company and make a full assessment to see what we actually need. Because I'm not here to make a big commission or throw a bunch of numbers out. I'm trying to figure out what you need. And when we come to that consensus, you'll make the initial investment and it'll be better for the long run. Because with that investment, it not only stays put, it changes as long as your company changes. So you mentioned that you guys want to expand, your investment would also expand with it, which it would balance it out. So today, my whole purpose is just to come in and get assessed about what you're really looking for in a program. Do you follow me on that?
Yeah, I think I do. I've got some more stores that we're opening up, and I'm just wondering how you'd be able to help me there as we roll out these new stores. We've got Atlanta, Charlotte, Houston, Charleston, and Memphis.
Okay.
In addition to the stores we currently have. What would you have to come back and train my folks in those new stores? What would you do, and wouldn't that add some cost to this whole thing?
Okay, we currently have NetSuite Solution Centers set up in all of those states. So each one of your stores will be in direct contact with the NetSuite Solution Center. And so the training is 1 week, and we guarantee within that 1 week you're going to learn everything you need to learn how to operate the system. And if you guys have any questions, you can contact me directly. We have a 24-hour technical support line that'll help you step by step. It's similar to be the recipe to get you to success.
So I wouldn't be paying travel costs for people. Your trainers would be local and
right.
Understand. Okay.
Okay, so today, think about it. When you go to purchase a car, you see 2 different colors of cars. You might like one